Hey guys, welcome to Working with K and E.
Today we are going to be making a
Dun 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 Pinecone Wreath.
You guys can hang this on your door to be decorative for basically any season or just for fun.
Exactly. And because it's spring, that's what gave us the inspiration to choose pine cones.
And you can also make this in winter and decorate it.
Exactly. So let's get started. First things first, you want to get all your items prepared.
The first item we need is a hot glue gun.
You'll also be needing, of course, pine cones and hot glue sticks. So before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Emma Slimes. She does amazing slime videos and she also shows you how to make slimes. Okay guys, time to get started on our craft. To get started, you want to make sure that your pine cones are already in that circular form. That way it's much easier for you to prepare and glue them together. So first you want to get your hot glue sticks.
And you guys want to put the hot glue stick
inside your hot glue gun.
We already put it in, so we don't have to put another one in.
And as you can see, we're already getting it nice and hot. So before we get started, I am going to tell you that there will be sort of like vine shape thing on your pine cone, and you just want to tear that off. That way,
if you can.
Yeah, that way it's much more easier to glue it. And
sometimes they're like stems and it's really hard to. So if you guys just want to leave it on because it's hard, you guys can do that.
Yes. And before we even started making this, we actually washed the pine cones so all that sticky sap would get off of it. And that's very helpful so your hands don't get sticky. And yeah. And as you can see, our pine cone is sort of facing right, and it's just going like all the way around. And the way we positioned this was that the top would go right into the bottom of your next pine cone. Okay.
So right now we are going to be getting our hot glue gun,
and we are going to start gluing this together. So first, you want to take the bottom of your pine cone, grab your hot glue gun, and sort of just glue it on.
If you guys want, you guys can glue like a little bit downer.
Yeah, and then you just want to sort of stick them together and hold them in place for a few seconds.
Or if you guys just really want to make sure sticks together, we suggest 4 or 5 minutes.
Yes. So you want to be extra careful with this, and if you need to, you can add extra glue.
So it sticks better.
Yes.
And it doesn't become loose when you put it on your door.
Exactly. So we're just going to do that, and we're just going to leave it to hold together.
We might just hold it together ourselves so it holds.
Exactly.
Just for a little bit.
And now I'm going to move on to the next one. And you want to do the exact same thing. Take one of your pine cones and glue the bottom and take the top of the pine cone before it and sort of just stick it into the bottom. And yeah. And now you just sort of want to glue 2 by 2 just to get everything sort of a bit together. And just continue to do that. And always refill when needed.
Because when you need a refill, like the old glue stick that you're using goes all the way down, and when you press when you press the lever, it doesn't push in the glue anymore.
Exactly. So that's sort of when you know that you have to refill. So now we're just going to add in the other one.
But you guys have to be quick about this because the glue dries really fastly.
Really quickly. Yes. So you have to make sure you're doing it sort of quickly, but also make sure that you do it correctly. That way you do it the right way. So this is our last one.
And then we're going to glue everything like together.
Yes. So we just started gluing them pieces by pieces, and we just sort of want them to hold. And now you just want to leave them to set a bit, which will take about 5 to 10 minutes for them to really set.
Or like 15.
Yes.
If you put a lot more glue.
Exactly. So as you can see, this one's starting to hold together, but it's not exactly there.
So you guys can add a little bit more glue.
Yes. And you also want to make sure you have time for it to set, or else everything will just collapse on you, and you do not want that. Okay. So just continue to glue everything around. Make sure you have the shape you want. That's why I like gluing it 2 by 2. That way you have an idea on the way you want to curve it, and to make sure you get that perfect circular form that you are looking for. So that's exactly what you want. And now everything is starting to dry together, so just leave it to dry and then continue. And then you can continue gluing them together. So as you guys can see, this one wasn't glued together, so you always add more glue when needed, because you really want to make sure that this does not break on you.
There.
And it's always good to have a partner or a parent help when making this, because you first don't want to burn yourself, and you also want to make sure that these hold together. So yes, and just continue to go around until you get everything hot glue gun together. And I do not recommend using regular glue. I actually recommend using a hot glue gun, because it really holds everything. As when you use regular glue, it's not to the same.
By regular glue, we mean liquid glue, not
like Elmer's glue or similar things to that.
Because if you had Elmer's glue, it won't really stick properly, and it won't glue, and it won't glue fast.
Exactly. As you can see, this is finally firm for me to hold, and it won't break. So now we are just going to test each of them. If it's not breaking when you hold them, then that's how you know that everything is set. And now you just want to start gluing everything together. So to do that, you just want to do the same thing. Glue the bottom. Like so. And then take the top of one of the two pieces and sort of stick it there like you did with the other one. And it won't set really quickly, but it does set once you sort of hold it together. And another way to know that it's set is that it'll be sort of white over there. And when it's white, that's how you know it's nice and sturdy and set for you to continue on with your wreath. And now that those 4 are glued together, we're going to continue that with the others. So, grab that. And sometimes it can be hard to make sure that they are holding together, so you can sort of just glue around it if needed. And remember to always refill if you need to. So I'm going to leave those 6 to set before I continue to add my last one. This is like a really quick and really beautiful wreath. It does not take long to do, and it just makes everything look so beautiful in the end. So if you do want to make this, just know that it won't take really long. So as you can tell, everything is nice and sturdy. And you have to make sure it's a bit white over there for the glue. Make sure you really do push them in together, because you don't want them to collapse on you. Okay, so I'm going to glue together the last one. So the last one, you have 2 sides to glue on. So for this, you want to take the bottom, like we did before. And I'm going to grab a refill. It takes about maybe 2 to 3 glue sticks to use, because depending on your hot glue gun or the hot glue sticks you use, it can run out really quickly. So that's why it's really nice to have a bit of help. That way someone can also help you refill, help you hold together. So yes. So look at that. It's turning into a beautiful shape. And you just want to make sure that you glue it together. Try not to break these beautiful rims, because they're just what makes this whole thing so beautiful. And it's really nice to sort of welcome spring, I guess. And yeah. So just continue with your gluing. Sometimes you just need to push this forward for the glue to come out. And take the last front and so stick in there. And beautiful, guys. You guys are done. Like, it's completely done. Except if you need more glue and you need to make sure it's set. So I recommend letting it dry for about an hour before either picking it up, maybe showing everybody, or like hanging it on your door, because it will break. And just to quickly reassure that it is done, we are going to glue over everything. So, like over here, I'm just going to glue over it just to make sure it's set and stays together. Glue over this part. So I glue over where they sort of connect and meet. And if you make it pretty and like sort of make it more of a design, you'll barely even notice that you were gluing it over it. And I love this because it's perfect for every season, like we said before. So guys, remember to subscribe and like our video. And just continue with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this new video that we made. And we have many more videos if you just go to our channel and check them out. So, as you guys can see, we are done. And try to be extra careful because the hot glue sticks do make a bit of a mess. So, yeah. So, remember, let that rest for about a day, for about an hour, or if you're doing this a day before, you can also let it rest for a day. Because as you can see, it's not as firm as you want it to be. It's sort of movable. So at this point, you can move it to the shape you want. Maybe a rectangle or sort of an oval. Or make into that nice circle. That way it is completely done. So around this time, after you finish gluing over it, it's really helpful to shape it if it's not the shape you really want. And then you want to let it set and leave it. So as you guys can see, it only took a few items to make this beautiful wreath. And yeah, it's homemade wreath. You guys should be really proud if you make this. So that's it for today. Remember to subscribe and like to our channel. Remember to check out Emma Slimes, and her videos are really great to watch. So that's all for today. Bye. Until next time. God bless you.